Deon Sanders, two-time Super Bowl champion and Hall of Fame athlete, has an encounter with Jesus? But yeah, guys, today we're talking about Deon Sanders. For all of you who don't know, he's a legend in the football game, has an amazing stat sheet, amazing accomplishments. He's done a lot for the game, outside the game as well. I know right now he's currently a coach at Colorado State football. He's creating history over there and a legacy. But besides this, I know he's a self-proclaimed Christian as well. I never really knew his story until this clip popped up on my social media page. It was about him on a podcast that I used to love to watch. It's called I Am Athlete. By the way, Brandon Marshall really folded by letting this team break apart with him and Channing and the other guy, I forgot his name. But yeah, this is a small clip from the whole episode, and it's basically talking about Deon's testimony or his come to Jesus moment. I really found it to be really useful and edifying, so let's get straight into it.
Everything positive, 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 positive. We're ending Mental Health Awareness Month.
And by the way, the reason even Brandon asking this is a great question, because we all know, for all you don't know, Brandon Marshall has gone through his fair share of mental health issues as well. So I feel like this is a really intimate and vulnerable moment for everyone there.
Lowest moment of your life.
That's suicidal.
Whoa.
Yeah, I was suicidal. I was.
That's deep.
Everything, dog. I had everything. Every time you turn on the TV, I was on every commercial, top of my game, playing 2 sports. And I tried to take myself out in Cincinnati, Ohio. Basically because my babies had been taken from me. That was the only thing I felt like loved me at the time. Everybody else, they loved what I did, but they didn't love me because they didn't know me. Because I really wasn't prime, I was Deon. They didn't know that cat. That's who Chad and all them know. They didn't know that cat. And my babies, I was going through a tremendous divorce, and I couldn't get them. Bring me my kids, have my aunt come with the kids, and that didn't go down. So I was up under extreme, I would call it stress, pressure, and I didn't no longer want to be here, man. And that was, God was calling me collect, and I wouldn't accept the charges.
So I like that quote. God is coming to collect. So far though, I did not expect that, coming from him. I think I seen in a different video as well that his whole primetime persona, it was really just a persona. Outside of that, he wasn't really like that. He wasn't really lights, camera, glitz and glitter. He was kind of a chill dude. So speaking on this is kind of touching as well. Seeing this side of him, knowing that even a guy, who's breaking records in the NFL. Not only in the NFL, this guy got drafted to the MLB as well. He was an athletic guy. He was like he said, on every commercial, every magazine, but yet inside, nobody knew what he was dealing with, especially with his family. I know he's a family man too, so I could imagine how hard it would be for him to lose his kids in a tough divorce. But I'm gonna let it finish.
I really had to I tried. I read. I think I was maybe in 3 or 4 that night. A couple stolen bases still. Next morning got up, and it was the side of this highway, down this highway in Cincinnati, ran right off. I remember, because I don't lie. I don't lie for nobody. Never did. And this police came down to the bottom of this runoff, and he said, Deon Sanders.
By the way, he's a really good storyteller too. I'm not gonna lie to you. Just looking at the room, they all look like they're fully paying attention to him. That's one thing I always loved about Deon.
What happened? Did you run off the road? Did you lose control? I said, no, sir. Did somebody run you off the road? I said, no, sir. He said, what happened? I just looked at him like, you know what's up. So my attorney, my agent at the time, Eugene Parker, who passed on, he said, man, look, you got to I'm going to get you some help, or you got to do this, or I'm going to let people know. I said, we're good. And I started getting spiritual help.
Yep.
Spiritual help.
It's the only help you really need right now, I ain't gonna lie.
Forbes started coming down from Columbus, Ohio, and started just talking to me about the word and about the Lord and all that. And I gave my life to the Lord in a condo all alone in Cincinnati, Ohio, where I was playing baseball, man. So I went through a roller coaster of emotions. I was at the bottom of, to me, what life was. That's why you got public success, and everybody that's successful publicly, they're struggling somewhere privately. And you got to really understand that. See, the thing about it, we do this when the camera's on. We got to do this when the camera's off. We got to talk to each other, man. We got to love each other. We got to, hey, man, Fred, you all right, dog?
Yep. And what more can I add to that? You know, I feel like he spoke a lot about it, and I feel like it's really good for especially the crowd they're talking to, athletes in general. I know a lot of athletes get their identity from their sports or whatever. Not even just athletes, anyone really, professional, non-professional. When you start doing something, it becomes your identity, and especially at a high level, I can imagine it turns from being fun to business. So hearing this really made me, look at him in a different light. I know he was kind of, a Christian as well. I knew he was self-proclaimed Christian. I know he got in trouble a couple months ago or something for praying on the field. It was all over the news. But nah, I'm happy to see this. I'm happy. I feel like, this would do a lot of good for his community and everyone who's watching. I feel like even the people there, like Channing, Fred, all of them, hopefully they got blessed by it. But one verse that this him even saying this reminded me of is it's found in Matthew 16 verse 26. I'm pretty sure everyone knows this verse, but for what will it profit a man if he gains the whole world and forfeits his own soul? Or what shall a man give in return for his soul? I mean, this is exactly what Deon was talking about. This man had everything. He had all the accolades, all the accomplishments. He even said that night he was feeling this way. He was having a great game in baseball. But inside, that emptiness, that God-sized hole in your heart does not get fulfilled by anything you do, any actions you may take, or any accomplishments. And, it turned out good for him. Glory to God for that. For some people, they end up filling that hole with drugs, alcohol, and some even take their own lives because they just can't take it. But I feel like this is a great thing to see, I'm starting to see a lot of more famous people come out for God and his kingdom. I feel like a couple weeks ago, Demario Davis, a former football player as well, he was preaching a sermon about it. Not former, he still plays, I think. But, no, this is great to see. This verse came straight to my mind. I hope this would bless you guys. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about this. Any of you guys who are athletes, what do you think about this topic of identity in sports and everything? Stay tuned. I'll see y'all later.